As at 2025, I'd been trying marriage for 13 years. God, you have to explain to me why.
I have to go through this twice.
Why? Is there something about me? When children are going through separations or divorce, nobody talks about the pain of the parents. Your parents will not give you out to a man that they think will hurt you. Your parents don't celebrate or do a wedding for you, invite their friends 2 times. And you think that if they had an inclination that it was not going to work, they would do it. Okay. I'm okay. Okay.
Are you open to finding love again?
Yes, I will. I'm not devastated. I'm not heartbroken. I'm not heartbroken. Let me tell you, I believe in love. I believe in remarriage. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Men are not scum. Men are not bad. It's not a gender issue. It's not.
It's just the person.
It's just the person. Don't cry.
Welcome back to Dear Sister. Dear Sister is a safe space for women to share their stories. In every episode, there's a story, there's a lesson, and there's God embedded in every story we share on Dear Sister. My guest today is a very phenomenal woman, and you guys will see why during the episode. She's here to share her story of pain, healing, as someone who has gone through divorce twice. I'm here with $1. Welcome to Dear Sister.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Very well. I'm fine.
Thank you. First, I want to start by saying thank you for agreeing to graciously come and share with us today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
I'm okay.
You're good?
I'm fine. I'm good.
Okay. I want us to just get right into the conversation. So you've been married twice, and both times the marriage has ended, which is a very unusual scenario for most people. Like,
absolutely.
It's very unusual, especially for someone that is young. You're still young. So I want to start from your first marriage.
Okay.
How old were you when you first got married?
I was 23.
Okay, that's young.
Yes, I got married right after NYC.
Right after. How long did that marriage last?
4 years.
4 years?
Yes.
Okay, so I want us to talk about the things that led up to the breakdown of the marriage. I'm just going to let you, speak on it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
We're married for 4 years, like I said.
Yeah.
And at the second year of the marriage, he had gone to South Africa for flying school.
Okay.
Said he always wanted to be a pilot. And knowing myself, I wasn't one that, I don't do too well with distance. But I was happy to support him. 18 months, you go, you come, that's fine. So he left. And leaving, prior to when he left, we didn't have kids.
Okay.
We were not actively trying to have kids in the first 2 years of the marriage. But when it was clear that it was going to go, so we started trying, but it wasn't working. We had then gone to see a gynecologist that said it was only going to be IVF that would work out.
Okay.
Because he had sperm issues. So low sperm count, low sperm motility, quite a lot really. So the gynae had advised to say, it's either we face this IVF now before he goes, or, we should make a choice. And he chose to travel. And I said, well, that's fine. Take that time, get treatment. They had given medications, and I will be here too, because I also had endometriosis.
Okay.
So it's fine. I will be here to doing everything possible to make sure my health is in top shape.
Yeah,
right?
for when you come back.
For when you come back, or if at all we meet in the space of those 2 years. Let's not waste the time. So we agreed, and then he traveled. And then by the time he left, I started sensing that he was seeing somebody. And this was not just off a whim. So I had gone on Facebook and I randomly saw this girl's picture. And the girl was wearing a sweater. The sweater was crested in the name of the aviation school he was.
Okay.
I didn't think too much of it because I was just scrolling on Facebook. But I looked at that picture well. He had sent me pictures in this same position, in the same spot.
Was it like a room?
Yeah, so it was like the mirror of his room. So
Oh,
I knew
okay.
the room, I knew the sweater. So I asked him, I'm like, who is this person? And then he got defensive, you know. Later I found out that the girl who left from this Nigeria to go and see him, that was not even the main issue. But that was just, what started leading to the end of the marriage.
Sorry. Was she in aviation school or
No, she
She
wasn't.
left Nigeria to go visit him.
Yes.
You said South Africa, right?
Yes. Yes. So she works in DSTV, and I heard he had invited her.
How many months into the after he had left was this?
Maybe 6 months. It was less than a year.
And you hadn't gone?
I hadn't gone. I had
Okay.
been asking to go, and he said, oh, it wasn't time. He didn't have money. Let's just chill. So you had money to invite somebody else, That went on like that, and that began, we started having friction.
Yeah.
I became hypersensitive. Everything meant a lie. So I was snooping. I was looking. I was just wanting to catch him, And then again, I saw more pictures that the girl posted. He had told me one day he was going to Johannesburg on sightseeing. And then I saw, so he had sent me pictures of himself. The pictures the girl posted, they were in the same location. So apparently they both went to Johannesburg together. They spent time together. That was that. So that passed, and we continued to try to see how we could make things work. I noticed he was lying a lot. I noticed he was not communicating as he should. And is anything a problem? What's going on? Are you getting treatment? Because that's even the main
treatment for the
fertility. Are you getting treatment? And he said, he started getting aggressive, started saying, oh, I'm putting him under baby heat. He's here trying to study. Fine school is harder than he thought. And I'm like, it's okay. Both can exist. You can do both parallelly. Make sure you have health insurance. I think we got 2 when he was going. Make use of it. Go to the hospital. Take your medication. But he wasn't receptive to that conversation. Every time we spoke about it was always fight. At some point, he even called my sister to say, oh, please, $1. He's going through a lot here. And all I'm bothered about is having kids. And I'm like, what should I be bothered about? We're in the 3rd year of this marriage as it is. So what should I be bothered about? So that already started sending some signals to me. And I said, you know what? I will go to South Africa. I would go and see what's going on. Against his wish, I must say, he wasn't happy for me to come. He didn't want me to come. He said he didn't have money. I'm like, don't worry. I will foot my bill and I will come. But he wasn't having it. So I think at some point, I then got the visa and I traveled. I didn't tell him the day I was coming. I called him only when I landed.
Okay.
And he was so upset when he saw me. I remember the hair. I made this very nice hair that when I was leaving, I was feeling like, I'm on top of the world.
Good to see my man.
And I got to the airport, and the first thing he said to me was, Imreshi, what that be mop by? Why does your hair look like a mop? You know how that the mop.
Yeah, I know. The mop stick.
Yeah, that's what he said.
The bottom part that we use.
I will show you that picture, and you will tell me if that hair looked like a mop. That's the first thing he said to me. Like, you haven't seen your wife in over a year, and the first thing you say to me that my hair looks like a mop. Anyway, my parents had said, don't fight. You're in another man's country. Don't go there and be fighting for man. Don't go and be arguing. Go there. My visa was for 7 days. So hoping 7 days would be enough to resolve whatever I wanted to resolve and make up my mind. So yeah, he picked me. But by the time we got to the car, I saw that he came to pick me with another lady. I didn't know who the lady was. He didn't even introduce her. So we got into the car. And then I saw that we were heading the same direction. We came down the same house. So it was like a guest house that they had converted into accommodation.
Okay.
I thought, okay, maybe their student lodge.
Okay, yeah.
Or something. And maybe she will go to her own room. We entered the same room.
Stop it.
By the time we entered the room, I looked at the room. So it was like a open plan design.
Okay.
You could see the bathroom, everything, but it's not as though there was a door. You could see the bathroom. It was just open plan. There was just a little glass, and I could see the girls' things in the bathroom. I could see her underwear. I could see her box. So clearly they were living together.
So if I'm having my bath in that bathroom now, the person in the room can see me.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm like, there's no way you both are not having something to be living like this. If it was a shared apartment, perhaps you would think
different
differently.
rooms.
Yes,
Yeah.
but this kind of open situation. So well, I still did not fight. I was really tired. So I got home. There was just one bed. It was a one room. There was just one bed. So I was thinking in my head, okay, let's see where everybody will sleep. And then
You didn't speak to the lady?
I didn't speak to her.
Wow.
I got into the car and just said hello. And she said, oh, hello. So by the time we got to the room, she said, oh, you're Sheyi's wife, right? I said, oh, yes. Thank God you know I'm Sheyi's wife. She said, okay, I know you may be jet lagged, so you can take the bed. I will sleep on the floor so that you get good rest. So there was a mattress on the floor. So I said, okay, thank you. Abby, I don't know whether she was even the one paying the rent of the room.
Yeah.
So I said, thank you. And I slept. In my mind, I'm thinking, anyway, she knows I'm Sheyi's wife. So hoping that my husband will come and join me on the bed now. Sleep. The next thing I heard, he sat on the chair of the dresser and he told her, he said, I can never forget, he told her and said, Chidima, look, so he was stretching over to, he said, Chidima, look at me, oh, I'm not sleeping on the bed with her, oh. I'm going to sit here in the till morning. And lo and behold, he sat like this till morning.
What? The Chidima, she didn't say anything?
No, she didn't say anything. But you could tell that they had a very funny dynamics because he had to continue to reassure her that he wasn't getting on the bed with me.
He wasn't going to trying to have anything to do with you.
And he was apologizing to her because she was sleeping on the floor. So I think that him sitting on the chair was also a way to say, you're on the floor. Don't think I am on the bed. So we slept. By the time we woke, it was morning. I saw that this lady was still there. So I'm like, okay, I need to get to the mall. The moisturizer I came with wouldn't do. My body was already looking ashy and stuff like that. I said, okay, can we go to the mall? He said, yes. So as we were going, he looked back and said, Chidima, do you want to come along? Chidima followed us to the mall. We got to the mall and I asked him, I said, what cream do you think I can buy? I need something that is very oily. He said, no, it doesn't know anything about cream. Or I should go ahead to ask Chidima. So I said, sorry, what cream can I buy? The girl told me, pick this, and I picked it. By the time we got to the till to pay, the girl paid.
Maybe she's a sponsor.
Because we also bought some things for breakfast.
Yeah.
So she paid and we left. By the time we got home, he made the food because he likes to cook. It was bread and polony and something like that. So he made the food. We were eating on the porch outside. The girl ate in the room. So he finished before me. And he had gone in with his plates. By the time I got up to go drop my plates, I got to the kitchen and I saw him washing all the dishes. So, and the pots they used to cook and the pan, I'm like, why are you? Because I was even about to take it from him to say, bring it, let me wash it. But I saw that even the plate the girl had used to eat,
she dropped it and
he was washing it. So I'm like, why are you the one washing plates? And he said, no, I should not come here to cause problems for him. They used to rotate it. They take turns. What's bad if he washes plates? Chidima to wash his plates sometime. I'm like, so is the day your wife is around, that is your turn to wash plates. And then I should not come and cause problems for him. So I said, okay, I dropped my own plates. He washed it.
I did.
And I went back to the porch. So he came out and was just complaining to say, oh, it is very difficult for him here. He doesn't know why I've come to just waste money. The money I used to come here, I should have sent it to him. He's struggling.
Sorry, I want to ask, was he sending money back home for you when you left?
No.
You had to take care of yourself?
Yes, I was taking care of myself.
Okay, go ahead.
So that he would have appreciated if I used that money to support him. He's going through a lot here. I know he's not working. He can't work. And I'm like, so are you saying that spending time together or coming to see you
is a waste?
Is not important? And then he says, no, but it's really tough. I'm like, okay, no problem. Can we go out to have lunch today? And he said, I should give him that money. That why do we want to go out to have lunch? I'm like, let's have a good time. Like, I'm here for 7 days. So he said, okay. We went to the restaurant to eat. By the time we're eating, it was difficult to have a conversation with him. He was very defensive. He was uptight. But I was doing more of the observing. So I was asking questions that would make him talk. I was observing because I wanted to get my answer on that trip. So by the time we're eating, he just said, hey, that reminds him. I paid for the lunch, by the way. He said, please, can he buy food for Chidima as we are going back home? And I'm like, no, I will not use my money to buy food for Chidima. And he said, okay. And he took his food, divided it into half, got a takeout plate and poured it there for her. He said he's sure she wouldn't have eaten anything this afternoon. After all, we had breakfast together.
It was given that Chidima is like main chic. Because that's just wild.
It felt like Chidima was the boss.
Yeah.
And I couldn't understand the dynamics. I was getting livid. So we got back to the accommodation and I told him, I said, you know what? I'm going back to Nigeria. If this is what you want to do, I'm going back to Nigeria. And he says, fine. I'm like, okay, fine. This was day 2, bear in mind. So I said, anyway, I will not sleep in this room with you and Chidima tonight. Is there any other room? Can we get, because it looked like they were different. It was like a lodge. So he said, no. Then again, I want to waste money. Why do I want to waste money to get another room? Do I know how much the room will cost? And then there's even no room. So I said, whether there's room or there's no room, I'm not going to sleep in this room this night. So I dragged my box and just dragged it out. I didn't know where I was going to sleep. But I thought maybe if I put some pressure,
he might follow you.
Exactly. So he didn't follow me. I stayed out there with my box. I was just on the corridor. And right about then, I think the manager of the hotel of the lodge was walking by. And I knew he was the manager because he had keys with him. So I just said, sorry, are there any available rooms? And the man said, oh yeah, we have a lot. So I said, okay. And I paid for a room. The available room was like 2 rooms away from where he was staying. So I went into the room, just wanted to sleep and leave the next day. But it was hurtful. I could not believe. I had thought I would see something, but I didn't think this was what I was going to see.
Yeah, this is the extent.
I didn't think so. It was like a dream. It was like a dream, So I got into that room, laid down. It was really evening, trying to sleep. He didn't come to that room until, I think, later in the night, and was now trying to apologize. Say, oh, Dola, why are you getting upset? Don't, you are just coming to fight. I said, I'm not coming to fight. I don't think I've asked for too much, And then he was just trying to cozy up and make up with me. And I'm like, you know what, don't bother. I had seen what I wanted to see. More so that before I left, I was determined that I was just coming to make a decision. So I wasn't going to even get into a space of intimacy with him because we had been living apart for 2 years. So, and I said, no, don't worry. Just leave me. I'm going back tomorrow. And he said, okay. Thankfully, my sister was in South Africa that year, but she was in another state. She was in Port Elizabeth. So I left the next morning. He just called me a cab. He didn't even follow me to the airport, nothing. I left and he didn't know whether I went to Nigeria. He didn't know where I went to. But I then took a flight to my sister's town and I spent the remaining 5 days with my sister. He didn't call me. He didn't call me in these 5 days. He didn't know whether I got back home. Nothing. I think he didn't call me until after 2 weeks.
2 weeks? After you had left the lodge?
Yes, that's when he called me. By that time, I already had my answer. So I was not in doubt. I was not confused. I knew what I wanted to do. And what I was going to do was to file for a divorce. This was like 2017. There was no precedence. Divorce wasn't as common as you have it now. And you will hardly even see then the woman filing for a divorce.
Yes.
But I knew that was what I wanted to do. Because nothing was working. Our lives were intertwined because we're married. But I felt like we're just on one spot. I couldn't move forward. I couldn't move backward. In fact, he was also not doing well in school. So it wasn't clear when he was going to come back again. So 18 months had turned to indefinite. So I continued to say, so how long will I do this for? And those were the things that motivated me to say, you know what, let's just dissolve the marriage. There's no point. Yeah.
Okay, so when you came back to Nigeria, you filed.
Yes, I did.
Did he try to, when he reached out, was he trying to resolve issues? What happened when you go back?
So I filed for the divorce, and obviously he's not here, so they took it to his mom's house.
Okay.
And the mom informed him. So he called me, he begged, tried to make it up, tried to say, let's work it out. He's sorry for what happened. And I'm like, my mind is made up. It's fine. You're only sorry because you got caught. What are you apologizing for? You're only sorry because you got caught. And I think that our lives we're not on the same page. It's just best we dissolve it. So he tried to beg. I think he came back to Nigeria a few months after I got back, came to my parents' house with his mom to beg. The mom thought it was just going to be a family come. You know how husband and wife have issue and they come and they say, oh, forget, barrier. But before he came, I told my parents that I was done. So I didn't want a conversation around it. So his mom came, he came with the mom, and they were trying to beg. Oh, the mom said, oh, she even invited the girl when they get into Nigeria. The girl said there's nothing between them.
She invited Chidima to Nigeria. Chidima flew away from South Africa to come and convince you. Wow,
that
nice.
She invited Chidima, and they had a conversation, and there's nothing between them. I said, that's fine. She said, oh, that she's just his helper. I said, okay, mommy, let's say I travel. I'm now living with a man, and I say he's my helper. Is it okay? She said, mommy. I said, mommy, no problem. She's his helper. We thank God. But this particular one, I'm done. She was shocked. They were surprised. And my parents told her, she said she's done. If she's done, we are done.
I love your parents.
The most supportive people. The most supportive people. And that was
I feel like that's the reason some women are unable to leave.
Yes.
Because they have no support. Their parents be like, do you know what I saw when I was in my own marriage?
Yes, because oftentimes you see parents trying to project their insecurities too on their children. Yes. So if you see a parent that is managing in a marriage, the counsel she would give her child is to manage. And all I have seen in my life, marriage has been modeled to me by my parents is love. My parents are so close. My parents they use each other's phones. You cannot tell my daddy something and think my mommy will not hear. They spend from the same account. So that was the idea of marriage I had. That's what I thought my marriage was going to be like. They didn't put any pressure on me. They were ready to hop out with me, regardless of how family members took it, extended family members, trying to convince them. They saying, Joke, why are you supporting your daughter? She divorce. My mother said, those of you that don't know the Bible, that don't read your Bible, that would ask your child to remain in a marriage that is not saving her. They supported me all the way.
So what was the divorce process like? How long did it take? Especially in this Nigeria that we know that.
It was tough. I didn't file in Lagos.
Okay. Somebody
had advised that I filed in Ogun State.
Okay, that is faster there.
Yes, that's what I heard.
Okay.
I filed in Ijebu Ode. It didn't take too long. I don't think it took up to 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't think it took up to 6 months. It didn't take too long. But me having to go to court every time there was a hearing, that was my first time in a courtroom. That was my first time in a witness box. So for divorce proceedings, they would, and maybe for every case, I don't know. I think they will mention the case maybe once or twice. It's the third time that they will now hear. He didn't show up, but his mom kept coming to court. His mom came to court at every point. So I think by the third mention was when I was then called to give my statement. And it was gruesome. By the time I came out of that box, I think I was in court that day with my mom. My mom held my hand and said, don't worry, I'm here. So I got into the witness box. His lawyer started asking me questions. His lawyer was very, very tough. He kept saying things like, I put it to you, you are responsible for the breakdown of this marriage. And I'm like, you can't put anything to me. Were you in the marriage with us? I put it to you, you're an irresponsible woman. I said, he kept trying to poke, which I understand. He's trying to justify his charge. But yeah, that happened. I think I had to testify, I think once or twice. I can't remember now. But it didn't take too long. After I gave my testimony, I didn't have to go to court again.
Okay.
My lawyer did everything else.
So in 6 months, you were officially divorced?
Yes. I don't even think it was up to that. But let me just say 6 months.
Okay.
Yes. So
How-
no,
it's okay, go
there's a
ahead.
document that'll come out first. That's the decree nisi. By the time the decree nisi comes out, it then takes 3 months before you then get the decree absolute. That decree nisi is to say, okay, this is what the judgment is going to be. Perhaps give people time you want to reconsider, you want to make it up. And then after 3 months, the divorce absolute comes out. Yeah.
Okay. Showing that the marriage has been
dissolved.
It has been dissolved. Okay. How old were you when you finally divorced?
I was 28.
Okay, so you're still young.
Yes.
So you got married the second time. So I just want you to take us through, that process. Do you think you had healed before you got into the second relationship that eventually led to marriage?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I know that I got into that relationship that then led to that marriage as a very defensive person.
Defensive in what way?
I had my guards up here. I was not patient with men. I didn't have time for, I was not tolerant.
Okay.
I was irritable. Everything was a sign of. So then I was part of people that would say men are scum. That's how men do. I was just in that. So looking back now, I don't think anybody I didn't go to therapy. Nobody spoke to me about going to therapy. Nobody spoke to me about healing. I just glided.
Guided through life.
Yes, I glided through life. But I remember that there was one particular day that I cried about it. I sat in my car and I cried. I cried so much that it felt like my heart was going to come out of my chest. I cried so much. And that's the only time I remember that I cried so much about it. Because thinking about it now, I got to a point where I now started praying for him.
After the divorce?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I started praying for him because he had said, he was going to do a life-threatening surgery. So I started praying for him. Not praying for him to say, let us come back together, but just praying for his life generally. Because with what I knew, I could tell that he had not come to terms with what he was facing in life. It was up against something bigger than him. So flying school, he wasn't progressing. Reproduction, you had fertility issues. Are you going to come back? You could not come back. His life was just jaga jaga. So I started praying for him that God, just help this guy. Help him. And I remember something significant. There was a day I had prayed for him and I slept and I had a dream. And a mad woman beat me on my hand.
Oh, wow.
Yes. In that dream, I had just finished praying. The woman beat me and I said, that's her biting me was significant to the prayer I was praying for him.
Almost like attack because you were praying over him.
Yes. So I stopped. I didn't pray for him anymore. I just stopped. I knew it was an attack. So maybe I was trying to confront something that was beyond me.
Yeah, bigger than you.
Yes. So I stopped.
So did you see these signs? Were there signs that he was someone that I don't know if the word to use is philandering or, were there signs there when you guys were dating? Did you ever notice that he was capable of that?
At all. He was a good man. There's no reason to lie.
So it's possible that just traveling
changed him. Yes.
But that's such a
Drastic change.
Yeah, that's quite drastic.
So I also feel like that trip gave him a kind of independence that he has never had.
As a man?
Yes. I feel like because he had always lived in the shadow of his family, his parents, his mom.
He never lived alone?
He didn't live alone, but so they used to live in Unilag.
Okay.
But he was living in the BQ.
Okay.
But he was still in
In
the
his
same
parents'
compound.
house.
So
Okay.
he saw his parents every day. You know, I felt like that was like his first big boy
Move.
Yes.
I get.
Absolutely, yes. Because when he was going, we had paid for school accommodation, and then he got there and moved out of school. And said, oh, the food doesn't have pepper. The food doesn't have salt. I'm like, didn't you go to boarding house?
Like in South Africa, why you expect it to have pepper?
Aside that, I'm like, you manage. If there's no pepper, you buy atagigun. You manage. You're just there for a while. Focus on why you're there. But he moved out. I think he started moving with the wrong people. So that was his first big boy move.
How old was he when you guys got married?
He was older than me. I know that he was older than me with 8 years.
Oh, so
Yeah,
he's not a small boy now.
No. He wasn't a small boy. He wasn't a small boy.
Okay, so let's talk about you getting into your second relationship now. So the second person, how did you guys meet?
Funny story. I think I only just shared this recently with a few friends. Funny story. We met on Tinder.
Tinder. So you joined the dating app, right? Too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I must tell you, prior to the day I joined that app, I had never heard about it. Apparently, it was the in thing then. This was 20.
It's still in thing now.
Oh, right.
Please.
This was 20. This was already. That's the year I turned 30. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, my friend had gone to hang out with my friend. We're in another friend's house, and her phone was just buzzing. I'm like, babe, what's going on? That's why your phone is buzzing. She said, going on a date. So I'm like, just like that. Dates, we say,
I didn't know Tinder was in Nigeria though.
Oh, it was.
Or maybe it is, but I mean, go ahead.
Haven't I heard about this app? You know that? Oh, I'm like, Tinder dates, correct? But she said, she had met correct people there. I'm like, okay now.
Let me
sign up.
try.
So I signed up. And the guy I got married to again was like the second person I spoke to on Tinder. So I was not even on Tinder for a month.
When you met him?
Yes. I was not on Tinder for a month. I was struggling. That app is stressful, first of all. Because you are swiping left. You are seeing all manner of people. And that's why I said the second person I spoke to. Because I did not entertain any conversation outside of that app. You know when people will say, oh, can you give me your number?
Yeah.
No. He was the second person I spoke to outside of that app. I was on that app for up to a month.
For you deleted it?
Yeah. Because I had met him and we had started
dating.
Yes.
So how long did you guys date before you got married?
So I met him in June.
What year was this?
This was 2018.
Okay.
I met him in June.
So this was not too long after your divorce, right?
No.
Okay.
Not too long. I could be mixing the dates up.
Okay.
But
not too long. Maybe like more than a year plus.
It was 2 years.
2 years.
Yes,
Okay.
It was 2 years.
Okay.
So I met him in June, and I know we started talking. My birthday was coming up. My birthday is July 11, and I was turning 30 that year, and I was going to our first meeting. He had come to my house, and he had said, you know the anxiety of you've been talking to somebody online, and then you were going to see the person.
Yeah.
So. And I had a lot of insecurities. I was like, how would this boy like me? Would this boy not like me? So anyway, he came, we saw, and I remember he had said something. He said, oh, if I come to your house, if I see you and I like you, I'll give you a kiss. If I don't like you, I won't give you a kiss. So he came, we saw, and we were cool, But I must say that particular meeting, we got intimate and I got pregnant.
The first time you guys met?
Yes.
Wow.
And I didn't know.
You didn't know you were taking in?
I didn't know. Bear in mind that I'd been married for 4 years and I never got pregnant once before. So it was just normal. And by normal, I'm not saying that I was having casual sex. No, but for me, pregnancy wasn't, I didn't think it was,
In the cards.
in the cards for me.
Yeah, I get you.
Sometimes I'll just sit and say, can I just be pregnant once?
Just let me see.
Let me just see. Because again, remember I said I was turning 30.
Yeah.
And I had friends that I got married with, 7 years down the line. They already had 2 kids. I felt like my life was not progressing. Sometimes I'll tell God, I say, God, let me just even get pregnant for one day. Let me just know what it feels like. That's how I did not think I could get pregnant. And I got pregnant. And I didn't know. But funny thing is, days leading up to my 30th birthday, we had a fight. And like I told you, I was very impatient. I was not. So we had the fight and I told him, lose my number. Don't ever call me your life again. What do you mean? So he had come to my house. He had seen a skipping rope. And then he asked me, you have skipping rope. Can you skip? And I said, see, Nadem, men, you want body shame me? I told you, don't ever get out of my house. Don't ever call my number again. Lose my number. Those were my words. And he had been looking forward to my 30th birthday because my parents were going to come to my house, my sister, my friends. So that was supposed to be the time when I introduced him to
them.
To them.
Yeah.
But I disinvited him to the party. I said, don't come. So the 30th came. Everybody was around. I think my housemate and another friend, they had met him. So like, he didn't come. And I'm like, we're not talking again. I'm trying to lose my number. Stupid boys. Now that's how they start. Body shaming people. My friends were like, Dola, don't you think you were too harsh? Like, it's just a skipping rope. There's no, and I'm like, it matters to me.
Yeah.
I would not want anybody to come to add to the insecurities I'm already dealing with.
Yeah.
So they had convinced me to say, Dola, take it easy. All right, you are too uptight. The following day, I was going to Abuja. My cousin lives in Abuja, and she had said I should come for my 30th birthday. She was going to have a party for me. So I told them, well, I've heard. Next morning, I traveled. I got to Abuja, and I was just ruminating on what they had said. So I said, okay. Mind you, I was already pregnant. I didn't know. So I got to Abuja, and then I called him, and I'm like, how are you? He said, you're calling me.
He said I should lose your number.
He said I should lose, and I was like, sorry. I apologized. He said, okay, maybe I overreacted. He said, he thought that was it. Now I told him lose my number. I disinvited him to my party. And I said, sorry, just trying to make up. And we did make up. So I think I was in Abuja for like a week. Went to the club. We partied. I didn't know I was pregnant. But I was sleeping a lot. According to my cousin. I didn't think I was sleeping extraordinarily.
Yeah, but she was like...
But she said I was sleeping a lot. I'm like, maybe I was just tired. So I got back to Lagos. My period was late. It's hardly late. So I didn't think it would be pregnancy.
Yeah.
In fact, it was already late by, I think, 2 weeks. And I'm like, it will come. Because in my mind, I'm like, it cannot be pregnancy.
Was it once that you guys...
Yes.
Just once?
It was the one time
thing.
Yes, it was one time we had sex. So, and in my mind, so I'm like, it can't be pregnancy. But I told him, jokingly, I said, my period is later, but it will come, don't worry. He said, go and check now. I said, okay. So I went to buy a test strip. I checked, and I was pregnant.
How did you feel?
I looked at that strip. I sat on the floor. I say, me.
Did he jump on me?
I can be pregnant.
I know, I can imagine.
In fact, because I remember that the house I was living then, my flat was at the back. My landlord's house was in front, but they don't live in Nigeria. So they have a guest toilet right at that front, outside their house. By the time I bought the strip, I did not even wait to take the test. I didn't get to my flat.
Yeah.
I went straight into that guest toilet and I just fell. I'm like, what? I'm pregnant. In my mind, I thought that was God's sign. I just met this guy. the first time I was going to have anything with him, I got pregnant. I called him, Motiloyo, and he was quite receptive. He said, okay, no problem.
So how long have you guys known each other? Between
me and you, it was just 2 months.
okay.
It was just 2 months. So he said, okay, no problem. But then I started thinking, he's a Muslim.
Oh,
I'm a Christian. My parents would never
I agree.
let me marry a Muslim. I'd made up all the justifications in my head. I called my sister just jokingly to say, there's one Muslim. She said, you better just break that relationship. There's one Muslim boy toasting you. You know. So I started, how will I tell my parents? My mom wasn't around. She was in Ghana during that period. And I just called her. I said, Mommy, I'm pregnant. I said, you're pregnant. She said, how? So Mommy le loyun. In fact, she didn't
remember that you're not married.
No, she didn't remember.
She didn't remember. She don't ask who is the guy.
Say, so Mommy le loyun. Because, people had said a lot, oh, she's fat. It's because she's fat, she could not get pregnant. It's because she this, it's because she that. And then I now lost weight. Lost a lot of weight that time. I think that was my first weight loss episode. And then she's like, Oloyun, ma shell, ma yo, ma shell fisile. And I said, Mommy, the boy is a Muslim. She said, ma worry, Timbadi. Okay, so I kept the pregnancy. I told him, was waiting for my mom to come back. Well, my mom that was going to tell my daddy, it was not going to be me.
Yeah.
And I was living alone. So our relationship continued to progress. But we then started fighting a lot.
About what?
Different things. It was as if it was not the same person.
Looking back, is it possible that your hormones were also adding to it?
No, I don't think so. I think that, because remember I said we had just met barely 2 months.
You guys
So
don't
we
really
had,
know.
So I was already pregnant while we're trying to know each other. So we were having the friction of getting to know each other.
While pregnant.
I
get you.
But the only thing was this time, the getting to know each other was not going to lead to a breakup because I'm already pregnant. So we're fighting a lot. And I remember that my mom said, don't worry. Dola, I will take care of the baby. You don't have to marry somebody because you got pregnant for him. And I said, Mommy, no. I cannot come from being divorced to now being a single mother. I didn't have sense. Honestly, I didn't have sense. Because looking at it, where am I? 7 years down the line. And that's the thing. If you disobey God, my mom says that if you fail a test, you will take it again. You will take it again. No matter how long you go in a wrong direction, it can never make it the right direction. And so I try to make it work. We're always fighting. If he comes to my house, because he used to live in Ikorodu.
Okay.
I'd never been to Ikorodu in my life. The first time I went to Ikorodu was to see him. By the time I got to his house, I think we fought. I was hungry. He wanted to sleep. Our personalities were not gelling. He's not a morning person. He after they pray, he's a Muslim. After he prays, he can sleep till 11 a.m.
He's not working.
So he was self-employed.
Okay.
So he was doing his own business. He can sleep till 7. I can be up at 4 and I'll be good for the day. But again, I'm pregnant. I'm hungry. I remember I had a video that I made. I was making him say, "Being Kwame." Then I said, "Oh, I still want to sleep." Our personalities, I'm like, don't you know I'm pregnant? I need to eat. Our personalities wearing. I then started seeing the differences in our personalities. But we can't make it work. Dola, we have to make it work. So the fight escalated so bad that his parents now called for a meeting.
But you guys married here?
Yes. No, we're not married though. I'd never met his parents.
Okay.
I'd never met it. So the first time.
So you were still pregnant here?
Yes.
Okay.
I was pregnant. I'd not met his parents. So that year, I think, yes, I had gone to meet his mom. I'd gone to meet his sister. We had one meeting before they now came to, because I remember I started talking to his sister.
Okay.
I already had his older sister's contact. So I had gone to meet them, and the meeting was great. His sister was very jovial. We gelled a lot. You know, they were saying, you are the best thing that this boy has ever brought home. That nothing, you know. So we had a great relationship. I didn't think the mom did not like me, because that first meeting was good.
Okay.
You know. So when however, after that first meeting, I then started hearing, he had told me what his mom said, his mom's feedback after the meeting. The mom had said, he cannot marry me, I'm a Christian.
Okay.
Then the mom had said, tu sanra kò ní tètè lóyún.
The mom did not know you were
She
pregnant?
didn't know I was pregnant. So he was then trying to make a case to say his older sister is married to a Christian. So how come you're now saying I cannot marry this girl? She's a Christian. Say something else. The mother now said, to sí pé Christian tún ni gan. Ó ti sanra kò lè lóyún. And I'm like, why didn't you tell her I was pregnant? He said, no, he doesn't want to tell anybody. He wants to, that's his last card. Let her be thinking that. So our fights continued. So I called his sister and I told her, I'm pregnant. She said, you're pregnant. I said, I'm pregnant. And she's like, if you're pregnant, he will marry you. There's nowhere he's going. We don't do that in this house. If he can impregnate somebody, he should be ready to marry her. So that was when they called for a meeting.
Yeah.
He was very upset that I told them I'm pregnant. He was so upset. So they called for that meeting. I went. And the mother asked him, Show fair. If you don't want to marry her, it's okay. Jẹ́ kó lọ bímọ ẹ̀. Tó bá bímọ ẹ̀, ó mọ̀ pé ọmọ ẹ̀ ni. You know. And he said, he wants to marry me. They said they are going to ask him 3 times. Though. It's okay if he doesn't want to. You know, because they are also tired of the bickering, the back and forth, you know, the fight. And he said he wanted to. And that was, you know, after that meeting, our relationship got better. He respects his mom a lot. I think according to Islam, they say after God is their mother. So he respects his mom a lot. So after that meeting, things were fine. We got married in February.
You're still pregnant. You hadn't given birth.
I was 8 months pregnant when we got married.
So literally, you met him and you guys got married in 8 months?
Yes.
Okay.
I was 8 months pregnant when we got married. So we had an engagement. Yes, we had an engagement ceremony. According to them, Islam, they said they couldn't do nikah until after I had the baby.
Okay.
So that was going to happen after I had the baby. So we had the engagement ceremony first. After I had my baby, at my naming ceremony, at my baby's naming, I had my baby in March. At my baby's naming ceremony, we now had the nikah.
Okay.
And then I think after my baby was a month or so, we now went to court, went to the registry.
Okay, to the wedding.
Yeah.
You guys were married for how long?
5 years and 10 months.
So what caused the breakdown of the second marriage? Like with everything you've said, I can pick up on 1 or 2 things, but just so that you can say yourself.
He was philandering heavily. I've never seen that kind of thing in my life. And I didn't know. So because I got into that marriage pregnant, so I didn't know. First year, I was with a toddler. I got pregnant for my second child after 7 months.
You took in again?
Yes, I took in again. Sorry, 1 year and 7 months.
Okay, yeah, 7 months.
Because my baby was turning 1 and I knew I was already pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I took in before she was 1.
1, yeah.
Yes, after 7 months, I got pregnant. Yes. So second year again, I was pregnant. So I did not see
You did
clear
not have
eye.
time.
I did not have time. I didn't have time to know what was going on. I was happy. I was supposedly happy in the first 2 years of that marriage, because I did not know what was going on. It was after I had my second baby that the first sign. So I said he was an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But the business wasn't going well, even from the first year. So that business had already bafukad. I told him, go back into paid employment. I'd help him put his resume together. It started applying for jobs. And that day he said he was going to see one of his friends that about a job. So I said, okay, fine. I was at home and I now called his phone. Honestly, I called to say, what will you eat when you come back? Because I didn't know, I didn't suspect. I didn't know anything was happening. And a lady picked his phone and said, hello, he's in the bathroom. I looked at the phone.
Did he Yoruba show Jasibo me, did he ring somewhere else?
It was like they slapped me. I said, hey? And I called the number again. He didn't pick up. I must have called back 10 times. He didn't pick up. I think I was still pregnant. I had not had my second baby then, but I was pregnant when the first time I noticed. So it was in the second year. It was prior to COVID. Yes, we're just entering COVID. So he came back home. And I said, in fact, before he came home, I had already called his mom to say, Mommy, I want to come and see you. Something happened though. He said, oh yeah, mapo. So I went to her house. She was living in his sister's house, so they were close to us. So I went there and she said, what happened? I was, I called her. So in fact, it was that day. I didn't wait for him to get home. So the mother called him and said, what be by? So I was even happy that, everybody will help me ask, what's going on? So he got there and the mom said, what happened? And then he said no, that girl, that he was in his friend's office. That girl is his friend's sister. They had just gone out of the office to discuss about something.
Sometimes the way men make up some stories, you be like,
this
am
girl
I stupid?
clearly said he's in the bathroom. And why in retrospect, because also he's a Muslim by according to Islam.
Yeah, he's allowed.
Apart from him being allowed, he must have his bath before he can say the next prayer. So he will not have sex and wear his clothes and go. No. So, but he was telling his mom that it's not so. The girl is just his sister. That the girl was just trying to be funny. That he had to fight with his friend. See, that's man I married. If you don't catch him like this,
he will wiggle his way.
Shebi, this is year 2. I said I was married to him for almost 6 years. So the mother said, in Kotoban Shisha. Truth be told, though, they took my side. I must be honest. I won't gain anything from lying.
Yeah.
They were not at the onset. At the onset, they were not the typical in-laws.
Yeah.
They took my side. They apologized to me. The sister was mad at him. His sisters were mad at him. But I remembered something Remember I said the mom was living in the sister's house? Mm-hmm. The sister's husband was there. And he said something. He said, I'm not saying you should not cheat, but do it and don't be caught. That's what he said. Everybody else was saying, but that was what he said. It didn't mean much to me at that time. Just like,
now in retrospect.
But in retrospect. So that was the first episode. You see, after that one, blockbuster after blockbuster. I was in for it. Then I started snooping.
Yeah. Because you were no longer student trust.
Yes. Then I started snooping. And except it's something I don't want to know. I will know. I started snooping and I saw that this was a full-blown cancer, for lack of a better word.
I'm sorry to interrupt your viewing pleasure, but a lot of you are currently watching us now and you are not subscribed to the channel. Yes, I know you forgot, but subscribing to the channel makes us know that you love what we do here at Dear Sister Show, and it helps to push the show further. So I need to take 30 seconds, that's all I need, to please click on that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Have you done it? Just 30 seconds. Let's get back right into the video.
And I call it cancer because it's not like he had a girlfriend though, that he had just one babe. He can be seen and sleeping with 6 girls at the same time. Yes. So it was always a batch of girls, but it won't last long. Maybe after 6 weeks.
Shake Penny. Is it a cause?
It was never one girl. So,
like, did you ever catch any STIs or anything?
I didn't.
Thankfully.
But we weren't even having a lot of sex.
Because obviously you didn't trust him again.
Apart from that, Seth, he was a baby boy. He did not like me.
He didn't like you?
He didn't like me. I said to him, it seemed like a case of buy one, get one free.
What does that
You
mean?
married me because I was pregnant. So he never failed to tell me I was not his ideal kind of woman in terms of physique. He had never dated a fat girl.
Sorry, what's this fatness that they keep referring to? Because were you fatter than this? And even if, were they blind?
He had never, I'm not his typical kind of girl. So, yeah, you know, I had already had insecurities. So that on top of that.
Just tearing down your self-esteem.
Am I not enough? Is it me? Okay, let's lose weight. I lost weight. Another blockbuster was released. It was there was no rest. If there was any season in that almost 6 years, from the second year that I knew, that there was no fight because of philandering, maybe 2 months.
And in all of this, you go back and tell your in-laws? Were you?
Yes.
What would they say? Manage?
No. So but you know when you report once, you report twice,
Yeah.
But till the end, I must be honest, his sisters supported me. Till the last episode, his older sister was she was someone I could always talk. In fact, and I could not tell my people.
Your family?
My own family.
Because your mama told you didn't have to marry him.
You know, but I was always sad. Every time I go home, and that's why I said he didn't like me. My parents knew I was unhappy. Every time we have Christmas or Easter, he will not show up. Or if he shows up, he will show up after we've had a fight. So he will come, and he's very quiet, very unassuming. If he enters a place, he's native like this. If Dola should talk, people will say Dola is the one lying. He very quiet, always smiling. My mom will say, Kilo Shele, will say, Mommy, I'm mad that Dola lo, exaggerate me. Mommy, I'm mad that Dola lo, you are too sensitive. Mom will say, and I'll be crying. I will be crying. I was so unhappy. But when he shows up, they will say, it's a lie, Dola is not this boy. You know, and that's why I said, he didn't like me. He didn't like me. His mom too did not like me. His mom did not like me. She tolerated me. She was always very nice to me when I had something to give. And I used to be a people pleaser. So I would jump up, jump down. I'm the wife that I give an instance. A family members of theirs was in the hospital. We had all slept in the hospital. I woke up the next morning. Kilamaje. Okay, mommy, let me go home to make amala and bring for everybody. My mother-in-law had told me, okay, me okay, frozen food. I said, Mommy, don't worry, fish, fresh fish. Okay, ice. So I said, Mommy, no problem. So I got home, told my maid to go to the market, whether she will see tilapia to buy. She called me from there. We used to live close to my 12.
Okay.
She called me from there and said, they don't sell kilos. I said, they don't sell kilo. Alaja will not eat chicken, no. Alaja will not eat turkey. Alaja will not eat... She be Titus is ice fish. She will not eat Titus. Guess what? I bought a carton. I told my maid, buy a carton. Because I was not going to go back to that hospital without fresh fish. I used to people please. I used to do, and I was that girl when they are doing Ileya.
That wife that will be cooking, doing everything.
No, so they didn't even demand of me to foju feno or cook or no.
Yeah.
But as I'm my mom, when I'm going, aside from the two maids taking care of my two children, I will bring another person that will come and be doing the work that they want to be sending me. Because my maids are to take care of my children. My children were young. But I will now come with another woman. So that, okay, but I was that person. I was the one that even made them to start celebrating Salah in a big way. When I got into that house, I said the mom was living with the sister.
Yeah.
So their dad was living alone. So everybody would just show up a day to Salah. And that day of Salah, everybody leaves. I'm like, what's wrong with you people? Why can't we spend time here? Daddy is alone here. Daddy was alone there. I will cook soup. Daddy Kilefe, cook this one, cook that one, send it to the man. God rest his soul now. He's late. He was an amazing father-in-law. Amazing. So I was there. I was giving everything and more.
Do you think that was stemming from the fact that you were also lacking in self-love?
Yes. Yes. So I was always looking for
who to pour into you.
Yes.
Instead of pouring into yourself.
Yes. Yeah. And I was ready I was always eager to give everything. When anything is happening, I had not come into a secure sense of self.
That's it.
I had not come into a secure sense of self. I desperately wanted them to like me. And I didn't want that marriage to end.
I mean, it's your second marriage. Everybody.
I didn't want that marriage to end. So, in as much as my personality is that helps, I like to help people. I'm solution oriented. If something is wrong, my cousin used to say we have savior complex. we want to save the situation.
Yeah.
Always want to be there. Before you call, I'm there. Something happens. If my mother-in-law wants to go out, she'll call me. Laura Joba me book Uber. Everybody, all our children have Uber apps, but I'm happy to. I'll book it. When the Uber gets there, I'll call her. When you say, this is the person's number. No. Mommy, Uber yet one sale. I called the Uber guy. It's my mom you are picking out. When you get there, don't worry, I'm the one that will pay.
That's who you are. So what finally led to at what point did you say enough is enough?
I had tried to say enough is enough severally. So there was this time that something else had happened. I was at home, he had gone out, and I honestly was just trying to... so I was calling him. I was calling to say, I think the DSTV had expired. Okay. So I was calling to say, please renew it so that the children can watch something. He was one that used to do it. I didn't have the app. I didn't have that thing on my phone. Called him. He didn't pick up. Whenever I call him like that and doesn't pick up, I know that...
he was going to philandra.
Something is going on. So I got into FBI mode. Took his computer, opened it, saw his WhatsApp. My guy was on a date with a girl. So after I had called severally, he just texted me, I'm watching ball, Joe. What is it? But I had seen that I was on a date. So I just said, don't worry. I said, God. So I called his sister. And I said, see, after, so that people will not say I'm overreacting or I'm lying or it's not true. Because if you say it's not true, I said, he's currently on a date with this person. She said, send me the girl's number. I told her that, and I had seen other chats with some other ladies. She said, send me all their numbers. She was my guy, to be honest. She was a good person. So I sent her the number. She said, rest. When he comes back, don't fight him. Don't do anything. So apparently, she called the lady. And she said, you are on a date with a married man. Do you know he's married? Do you know he has 4 children? She exaggerated.
Yeah.
Do you know he is 40, 42? He's not even 40 yet. You know, she exaggerated just to make she was telling her that, you know. So she had that conversation. The plan was for her to handle it.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to have a fight with him over it. That's what she told me to do. So I said, fine. So he came home. I did not even act at anything. I said, so why were you calling? I said, don't worry. I was just calm. That was a Saturday. On Sunday, I went to church. My heart was heavy. I remember I was crying in church that morning during praise worship. My heart was heavy. I'm just like, what is this? What is this? But left church, got back home, changed. I was going to see his dad. His dad had just had a major surgery. His dad was sick, so she had a major surgery. So I was going to see him. They had just discharged him, I think, the Thursday of that week. So I was going to see him. So I had gone there. I'd taken a cab. I'd gone. And while there, his sister calls me to say, this is the first time I'm saying this out, actually. His sister calls me to say, check your Instagram. Check Instablog. And I'm like, said, they are dragging your husband there. Lo and behold, they had put him on Instablog. They had put his picture. They were dragging him on Twitter.
For what?
So that girl that his sister called so it was like it was her friend that introduced her to him. So when the sister called that girl, the girl went back to her friend to say, see the boy you connected me to. They said he's married. They said he has 4 kids. That one says a lie. That one said, he has been trying to date her for years. I think they had even slept together. But maybe she had gotten into a serious relationship. And that's when she said, I would introduce you to somebody. So it was the girl that went to put it on Twitter to say, I cannot believe it. That somebody that has been trying to ask me out for years, I eventually introduced him to my friend, only to hear that he's married with 4 kids with this. So she tagged Instablog, tagged Joro, tagged everybody.
And put his picture.
Yes. And they picked it from there. So, you know what?
How are you feeling? Shame. You know, this is why women will be shouting that men will stay in your wife, because what a behavior.
You see, the post was not even that bad enough. By the time you now read the comments of that post,
people knew him.
Now lie, this guy cannot be married. This guy been there toast me last week now. It's a lie. This boy been there ask me out now. It's a lie. Me and this guy hooked up which months now. See, the people were swearing with their grandmother that this boy is not married. On Twitter, they were describing our house. This is the first thing. They were describing our house. One girl was saying, I was in this guy's house. I even bought him an expensive birthday gift. We were trying to jackpot together. Ha! I said, what's going on here? He was also frazzled because I think that's the first time it was going to blow up in his face. So he had to deactivate his social media. He had to do this. And I was still in his parents when everything happened. And the mother said, good for him. Everybody was like, well, good for him. Since that's what he likes. So that's
But how were you feeling? You. Like, were your friends calling you, hello, is this your husband on Insta blog?
My office. I got to work the next morning. People in my office had
How did you
seen
go
it.
to work?
I had to go to work. So I don't think we're doing hybrid then. Or maybe we're doing hybrid, but I used to go to work every day. Because you cannot say you're working from home and there's no lights. The lights is... So
You went to work and people were asking you.
one of my friends now came to meet me to say, Dola, I saw something. I broke down.
She's a good person.
Yes, she is.
She is.
Yes, she
People
is.
will just be doing as if they didn't see it.
Yes,
she's a good person.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She came to meet me. I have like 3 close friends at work, and they just hugged me and said, it doesn't matter. It does not define you. They are talking about him. They are not talking about you. They just said, let's just pray. You know, and you know how social media is. They'll go and say, let's look for his wife. Let's look for his family. She just said, let's just pray nobody goes to find who his wife is.
Did anybody find you?
No. Both on Twitter and on Insta blog, different girls. Different girls. That's when I knew girls had come to our house. They were describing our house. They were saying, let's gather. Let's gather and go and beat him. Is it not that his house? Black gates. When you turn into their clothes, the road is rough. Hey. I say, let these people not even come to the house to attack me and my children. Girls were bitter fighting. That was when I knew that he had told me he worked on Saturdays for a year. He didn't work on Saturdays.
Okay, now he had gotten into paid employment.
Yeah, so he had gotten into paid employment,
Okay.
yeah.
So he was philandering on Saturdays.
But for a year, he told me he went to work on Saturdays. But guess what? Every Saturday. So he won't come home on Friday. He will say, oh, we used to live close to my 12. Before he goes to VI, that he would just sleep at his friend's house in Bariga. But he will come home Saturday evening. Even the days he came home on Friday and he will leave Saturday that I'm going to work. He's going to a hotel. There was this particular girl that used to supply him with babes. So I did not understand what was going on. This was not the year I left.
Yeah. This was not the year you left.
This was not the year I left.
You see me, you have me holding myself together because I'm like, how?
This was not the year I left. But I didn't think anything.
So you guys were able to settle that?
His father begged.
His father's beg?
His father begged, and
You respect him?
I respect
And
his
he's a good
father.
man, I understand you.
His dad, just fresh out of the hospital with stitches, went to my parents' house to beg. Because my parents were not going. My parents would say that was it. But the man came there. Somebody with stitches was begging. What's it on? The man called me. Ìyàwó mi má kúrò. Ìyàwó mi má bínú. Báwo ọkùnrin ṣe máa ṣe nìyẹn jọ̀ọ́.
Kò ṣe bá ọkùnrin máa ṣe nìyẹn o. That's not it.
Walk out. So the dad begged me. Everybody in my house thought I was mental. But my parents had accepted the plea because he went to their house to beg.
So your ex-husband too went to beg?
No, he didn't. He had not. It was later.
Yeah, obviously he couldn't show his face
Yeah, it was
immediately.
later he went. But when the dad begged, so I was already packing my things. I said I should not go. So okay, I think in the years of our marriage, that was the first time we had like a difficult conversation. I'm like, okay, talk to me.
What is the problem?
What is going on?
What did he say the problem was?
What is going on? I think that was one of the first times he was vulnerable with me. He said, oh, that he knows he has a woman problem. I said, so how can I help you?
Oh, okay. What did he say?
He cannot say.
Why?
He said all these things are just banter. So for him, it starts as a joke. He starts
like coming on to girls as a joke.
Yeah.
Then they take it.
Yes.
When you see somebody and they take interest.
Mind you never wear your wedding band. You never post
That doesn't stop
us.
anybody anyway.
You never.
He never used to post your pictures.
Never.
He never posted your pictures.
If he post, that was another episode of fight.
He had never posted you on like in his Instagram.
He'll post me on Instagram. That's taken too far. If he ever posted, maybe on my birthday, he will just very casual. It's our birthday. Or happy birthday, dollar. Very
Happy birthday, dollar.
Yeah.
On his WhatsApp status.
And so I looked forward to those days because those are the days he will post me willingly. Our anniversary, okay, I made the post on Instagram yesterday. I put a screenshot of one of the things he said to me. Our third anniversary, I had said, why? Why won't you post us? You don't post my picture. You don't post your family, And me, I'm here posting you, saying happy anniversary. And he said, what is my problem? He has woken up this morning. He has prayed for a lasting marriage. Me, I'm talking about posting. So, must he be posting up and down for everybody to know he's doing
When
anniversary?
he knows he has like 20 babes.
I tell you, that was the issue. That he can't be really be posting up and down that he's doing third year anniversary. It's not even a milestone.
So he didn't even used to post his children?
Maybe a few times.
Okay.
But I was living a single life.
Yeah, obviously. This one was not
Yeah.
married. Like, you thought you were married.
Yeah.
But apparently
I was married to myself.
I was going to say a single man, but...
Ah.
Go ahead. So when did you finally leave?
So we're able to ride through that year.
Mm-hmm.
And then got therapy. Let's see what happened. So the year that I left.
Was that the next year?
Yes, it was next year.
Okay.
It was next year, 2024.
Oh, you just left?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the next year. So that year was a rough year. Every year is a rough year.
So 2023 was a rough year.
Every year, there's always something. There's always episodes. So August of 2024, I had I'd traveled for, I think, 3 weeks. My cousin had lost her dad, so I was with them in Ibadan for 3 weeks. So I came back and I was just at home. I didn't suspect anything. I just at home. There was no light. I wanted to watch something. I took his laptop. Because it seemed like every time there's an issue, we say, okay, I will change, I will try. So at that moment, I wasn't suspecting
Things
anything.
were calm.
Yeah. I think it was July. So opened his laptop and now saw his chats. So it was still going on. So the 3 weeks I was not around, several people were in this house.
Your children were in the house?
No, I traveled with my kids.
Okay.
The 3 weeks I was not in this house, several women were here. You were sleeping out. You were sleeping. I saw different kinds of chats. Oh, thinking about you. This time last week we're together. Oh, do you like this? Do you like the way I did this? I'm like, this thing is.
Are they talking about sexual stuff?
Oh yes. I'm trying not to pollute your podcast because I don't know who is watching.
Yeah, I get you.
But I'm like, this thing is still happening. Nah. But you see, at that time, I was already losing my mind. By the time I saw it again, I broke down. I called him. I said, again? But this time he had developed it tough. He said, I've told you to stop checking my phones. You don't listen. Anyway, you've checked. You've seen what you want to see. There was this particular one that I saw that the relationship was, they were getting quite
attached.
And I started asking me, do you want to marry a Muslim? Because I was trying to figure out what the problem was.
Okay, this girl was a Muslim.
She was a Muslim.
I remember on Instagram you said you called one of the side chicks.
Yes. So that day after I found out, went to his sister's and told her this is going on again. This is the last. Like, in fact, I was saying that he should get out of the house.
Okay.
Because his sister was telling me, what is it? Let him go. Lock him out. Let him go and get sober. So I had gone to his office, made a fuss. I was my worst self. I went to his office, made a scene, collected my car keys, drove off, packed in a bag. I said, that girl you are dating in front of your office, go home with her. Don't come back. I've put your jalabia there because I know you will want to pray. It's there. Everything. Don't come back. Follow her. Took my car. Well, just did everything. We went to meet his sister to say, I will sell his laptops. I would do him. And the sister was like, even she didn't have, she was just flabbergasted. So I had gone home. He had gone to the sister's shop. They had saying we want to lose this good family. What's wrong with you? So, well, I was not there. I don't know all of the conversations they had.
Yeah.
So, but I went back home and then he came home. By the time he came home, who was supposed to be offended? Oh, he was buffed up. He was upset. He got home, slept in the sitting room. In the midnight, I went to wake him. Can we talk? Said he's sleeping. I said, let's have a conversation before the maid and the girls wake up. He's sleeping. I think that was the first time I tried to kill myself. I was suicidal. Because I still wanted to make it work. But you could not get through to him. You cannot have a conversation with him. So he refused to speak to me. I told him, if we don't have a conversation now, after I get up from here, I'll call my mom. And then he said, do whatever you want to do. He dressed up, said I said, must you go to work? Can't we talk? He said he had to go to work. He had a meeting. So I called my mom. My mom came. He was getting ready when my mom got there. My mom was coming back from a trip. So she just branched. She told me, let's go. I said, Mommy, I'm not going. Don't worry, go. He went to work. My mom said, is it true you brought that woman to this house? He said, yes. My mom said, Dola, let's go. I said, Mommy, I'm not going. Go. So my mom went home. Of course, a mother, she was troubled. Called my sister to say, go and see your sister. She's not okay. But in that time, I tried to harm myself. My children had gone to school. I had picked up a knife. And I was just saying, what's the point? Let me just end it. What will people say? People will say I failed at this marriage again. What do I want to tell people? Why will I tell them this marriage did not work? Why? Second time, am I the only one? Am I the only one with a cheating husband safe? And then I called my office helpline, thankfully. And I told them, yeah. I felt like I was going to harm myself.
Take your time.
And so my office people came, medical and security came. I was dehydrated. I had not eaten for 2 days. My blood pressure was up. I was sick. So in that time, my sister and her husband took him. And they said, I have to leave. My sister said, if I don't move, she'll put a rope on my neck and move me. That is okay. Do I want to die here? So, they packed my things. My sister's husband, God bless him, went to look for a truck. They went to buy Ghana must goes. Said, I'm leaving today. This is the end. It's okay. I won't be the first. So, my office people were already there. So, medical was there. Security was outside. So, he had come back from work before my sister came.
Okay.
Before my office people came. So when he came back, he didn't even try to have a conversation with me. He was watching ball. So he went to the mosque. By the time he went to the mosque, my sister and her husband had come. So they started packing my things. So by the time he came back, he met my sister and her husband in my house packing my things. He didn't say what. He continued the ball he was watching. He didn't move. He didn't talk to them. He didn't beg. He didn't do anything. Medical was checking my BP. My BP was really high. So they said I needed to leave. They were taking me straight to the hospital. So they took me straight to the ER. My sister, they had gotten a truck. So I followed packed my things. Like that day, they packed every single thing I owned in that house, plus furniture.
Oh.
I remember I left that house and it was just a chair that was left where I was watching ball. Because everything was for me. Everything was for me. fridge, everything was for me. Bed. So we left with my kids. My kids had come back from school. Got to the hospital. They checked me. I was really sick. I couldn't wait up for the test result to come out. So they said I should go and rest. And my test is ready. They'll call me to come back. At about past 12 midnight, they called me and said one of my tests just came out. And there was a blood clot traveling through my body. I needed to come to the hospital immediately. Because if it travels into my heart. So that midnight, went back to the hospital, was in the ER, was admitted. All that episode happened. My kids couldn't go to school again. We were in my sister's house. It was close to the holiday anyways.
Okay.
So we're there. I got better, thankfully.
Oh God.
I got better, and he had started begging. Let's make it work. Come back, baby. And guess who listened?
Oh, that's plot twist. No way. You went back.
I did.
Oh.
I did. I did.
What were your parents telling you? They don't say you. Are you crazy?
They were livid. My brother was crying. They were begging me. My sister, don't go back. I said, I have to go. I have to go and try. I have to go and make it work. Maybe if I prayed harder. I was reading the text I sent to my mom. I said, going back to take charge of my home. Bought books. Satan, you can't have my marriage. I wanted to try. I really wanted to. I didn't want to have the regret that
You didn't do enough.
or that I didn't listen to him. Maybe he has truly changed. So against the wish of everybody, I went.
You packed all the load back.
I packed it. In fact, my sister's husband had to pay a huge service charge because they felt like they were moving out of their estate. Because I had like a full truck with my things. I went back. My parents said they are never coming to me. I said, no problem. If you don't come, I will come and visit you. If you don't come, I will bring my children to you. But I have to go and make it work. Me, all this while, I told him, apologize to my parents, apologize to my sister. He said it's my sister that offended him. My sister came to his house. So I went back. I'd been away from July to September. This was already like October. My children were out of school. So I had I felt it was not the right time. And by not the right time, I mean, I had left. I can't afford to put my children in school on the island. I also can't afford to...
Your sister's place wasn't on the island.
Yes,
it's on the island.
yes. I also can't afford to get an accommodation. I won't leave... My sister has 4 kids, 2 nannies. I moved into a house, myself, my 2 children, and my house help. It's a 3-bedroom.
So it was quite...
It was a lot, but my sister didn't complain.
Yeah.
They cleared out a whole room for me. In fact, they arranged my things in the wardrobe. Before I got back from work the next day after we moved.
Just to make you feel comfortable.
Yes. They were not
that we are here for you.
They were not complaining. And so it hurt them so much that I went back. But I kept thinking, there was no stability for my children. My children could not go to school. I didn't have the resources to also get a place. I had to choose between getting a place and putting them in school. I cannot now put them in school and then I won't live in my sister's house forever.
Yeah.
I needed to, so I was unsettled. And let me tell you, Divorce or separation is not a decision you make because people have told you to make it. You
will go back.
You would detest them because you will continue to have what ifs. Taking the decision to leave your marriage is something a decision you should make by yourself, not the pressures of, and all these people, they are stakeholders in your life. They are well intended, but you need to be ready to take the leave. So I had not come to that decision, and that's why
your sister literally dragged you out.
Yes. I went back. He wasn't speaking to my family. I didn't care.
So you went back, you started praying.
Bought books, started praying. But shortly after I went back, a pig will always be a pig. Shortly after I went back, I discovered another episode. But this time, I just knew, okay, Oshatiri. So this one was not dramatic. I did not make noise. I did not call anybody. I did not call my sisters. I did not call family. I did not call anybody. I just knew that, Dola, you've seen it. I was not even going to fight with him. This particular one that I saw, he had told me he was going to Ibadan for work. You left Lagos, you went to Ibadan, you went to go and see, you went to go and be with a girl that has 3 children. Because I eventually called the girl. That was one of the girls that even spoke to me nicely. The girl is a single mom of 3 children. She runs a salon. She said he met her brothers. They kept saying, this boy is quiet. Your boy is mad. So I'm like, nah. So I remember I went home for Christmas.
So you moved back in October. This was December.
Yeah. When I went home for Christmas, so all through, even from the days leading up to Christmas, we had stopped speaking. We had stopped speaking in the house for like a month. Every day I wake up, go and look for accommodation. I was looking for accommodation. I wanted to get the house. I move. All this, move. By the time I've used my money to pay for a place, you will move. I will move. So I was house.
And you didn't tell anybody?
I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell a single soul. You've done drama before. You want to do drama again. Who will even believe you? My sister will say, you are not, you will go back.
Was your sister in speaking terms with you after you left? After you went back?
Yes. If she messaged me, she said, she's really hurt. And she's pained that I don't value myself. But it's okay that she's praying for me. And she believes that it's only the Holy Spirit that can convict my heart. And whatever I want to go there to see, she's praying that I get the clarity that I need to make this decision. Because, Dola, you are in the wrong place. So, found an accommodation. Okay, so went home for Christmas. Didn't tell anybody anything. I was already looking for a house. We had not been speaking for a month. My family traveled. And I got a place. My family, we usually travel for New Year. I didn't go with them that year. Just told my parents to travel with my daughter, my girls, my maid, my sister, husband. Everybody traveled. I was the only one in Lagos. I was house hunting. Moving from one place. Early morning, I wake up, come back in there looking for a house. So, I had not found a place. But on the 31st of December that year, I was now moving from hotels to hotels to hotels to hotels. He now sent me a text. He said, I should leave his house. Doesn't want to come back to the house to meet me. Anything I like, I should do. I can take my children anywhere. I can take them to my father's house or my father's school. My dad runs his school. Okay. But that he doesn't want to come back because since we've not been speaking, he had not come home for a while. So not knowing I'd even been staying in hotels. House hunting. So he told me to leave. That year when everybody was saying Happy New Year, I could not believe it. In as much as I had decided that I was going to leave, I didn't believe that he would send me a message to say I should get out to leave the house. For the almost 6 years that we're married, I know I paid rent for 4 years or 5 years. That year, it was the year he paid rent.
And that's the year he told you to leave.
Now asked me to leave. And I told him, I just said, no problem, I'll leave. So, okay, I found the house on the 1st of January, paid for the house that day. Okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
First time you are saying the full story.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I think I'd always said it in bits.
Yeah, you always say.
Yes. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm fine. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm past it. I'm past it. I'm past it. I'm past it. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. I paid for the house, and I now started looking for how to go and pick my many things and stuff. So I went back on a day he was not there. I packed my things. He met me while I was packing. Had a bit of back and forth over because I had carried his TV, his precious TV.
I used to watch football.
Yeah, it was owing me money.
Was owing you money.
Yes, I had taken a loan for him, and I said, I'm leaving your house.
How much was the loan?
I had taken a loan of 1 million naira. And I had taken that loan a year before. You had said you'll be paying, you're not paying.
So it has compounded.
Exactly. And now that I'm in your house, you're not paying the loan. If I now leave, so I have to go with something. He was literally going to die. He was never going to allow me to take that TV. He was going to die. So I said, well, if you don't want me to take your TV, you have to give me a part of that money. It was not... so I think he said he was saying... I think he gave me 200,000. I sent you 200,000 and I said, okay, when am I expecting my next installment? So he said he would send it and I left. And that's how
You didn't take the TV?
No, I didn't take it again.
Okay.
I left and I started my life. By the time my parents came back and I told them.
They were happy.
But my mom was so hurt that she was celebrating New Year. She didn't know I was going through this. I said, how many times do I want to come and tell you people I'm done? And I'm not done. I couldn't continue to drag them, through those emotions, because the truth is, when children are going through separations or divorce, nobody talks about the pain of the parents. Your parents will not give you out to a man that they think will hurt you. Your parents don't celebrate or do a wedding for you, invite their friends 2 times. And you think that if they had an inclination that it was not going to work, they wouldn't do it. So I really felt like I put them through too much. But they were happy that I was able to make the decision. They were happy. My mom said she even thought I was jazzed when I went back. Because she was praying. And the harder she prayed, the more resolute I was to go back. But yeah, that's how we got here.
So since are you fully divorced now?
No.
Okay, so
we're separated.
You're separated.
Yes.
I think there's the 1 year. You have to be separated for 1 year.
2 years.
2 years. Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. Otherwise, you just go there and they will put you. I initially wanted to file for a divorce because of adultery.
Yeah.
But a lawyer advised me to say, if you petition somebody for adultery,
you
have
proof.
to petition the people that you say is adultering with. So, do you know them? Do you know do you have their
Would
details?
they even show up?
Will they show up? What if they countersue you? And then he said, just, it could be messy.
So, irreconcilable differences.
Yeah, so I'll just wait out the 2 years and then I can then file.
How long? So, you moved out January 2025?
Yeah, it'll be 2 years by the end of this year.
How have you been since then?
See, God has been faithful. I've not been better. in the last 6 years that I have been in this.
1 year plus.
Yes. I don't know how I stayed. I don't know why I stayed. But I tell you, God has literally carried me. The kind of peace that I've had in this almost 2 years, I was in a perpetual agony of soul. And I made a post yesterday where I shared some screenshots of the kind of things he said to me and how I would, I was always begging for love, begging to have sex with me, sleep with me, hold me, come home. That's the better part of that marriage. That's all I did. And one of my friends said, he was so mean to you. I said, but you know what?
You didn't see it.
If he was not that mean to me, I wouldn't have left.
You'd have still been praying.
Yes. You know how God hardened Pharaoh's heart? Yes. He needed to crush me for me to make the decision to leave. If he wasn't that mean to me, if he had shown me just the slightest niceness, I swear I would have waited. I would have continued to try. Meanwhile, every year, I have notes of how I'm saying, I know I married the wrong person. I wish I married a more kind man. I know he's not my... Every year. But I would have still continued. So, it's all part of God's plan. The pain, the hurt, the meanness, the wickedness, even later his family's disposition, it was all part of God's plan.
I've learned that people will choose their children first.
Oh, yes. And it's okay.
It's okay.
And it's okay.
So that's why people should also learn to choose themselves.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Since you left, does he pitch in for the children? You have 2 girls?
I have 2 girls,
okay.
Yes.
Does he pitch in?
Yes. So he used to pay, since I left, he's been paying school fees.
Okay.
But only school fees. I think it was just 2 months ago, he started giving me money for their upkeep.
Okay. That's good.
Just 2 months ago, he started giving me 50,000.
For 2 people's upkeep.
But you know what? It's okay. I'm not in need. God has sustained us. God has provided for us. God has taken care. My biggest fear was my children. How would they take it? How would they grow up? Will they thrive? What will I say when they ask me, where is daddy? But you know what? My children have not asked me once. My children have thrived. Even when he calls, my children have not
Say, why are you not here?
Yes. My children are not missing anything. My younger daughter came to my room one day and said, Mommy, you're the only one in my heart. I said, are you sure I'm the only one? She said, yes, Mommy. You take good care of us. And what else do I want? Because the truth is, while I was there, they were seeing the fights.
Yeah. And they could tell you are not happy.
They would come into my room and say, Mommy, why are you crying again? There was one day he came back from work. I didn't greet him. My daughter said, Mommy, you didn't greet Daddy. And that's the biggest danger. What am I... My children are girls. What am I modeling to them? You cannot pour from an empty cup. By the time that year I left, by the time I knew that, I was losing it. He bought one toy for my daughter. And she came to me, oh, Mommy, it's not working. Let's buy battery. We put battery. And she came, oh, it's not working again with the battery. And she came to me that way. And I slammed that toy on the floor. It flew out from the window. My daughter was like, that was when I knew that, no, you have to go and take care of yourself. I was annoyed that it's even your father that bought the toy. We're still in his house. I'm like, somebody that is cheating bought toy. The toy is stressing me.
The person is stressing me, toy wants to stress me too. God, I beg.
Then that's when my daughter was startled. And I knew that if I wanted to take care of these children, I needed to be whole. I needed to be well.
So I want us to talk about healing now.
Yeah.
Because I found you, so in case you guys don't know, I wanted to do an episode on divorce, which I told you about,
Yes.
because the truth is a lot of women are going through the trenches.
Yes.
A lot of women are still in places that they
Yes.
shouldn't be.
Yes.
And I remember speaking to, one of the team members here about it. I literally just put divorce on Instagram and I found you. I've been checking it consistently for weeks. Your name had never popped up. All of a sudden your name popped up and I'm like, I was about to give up on the episode, by the way. I'm like, oh God, you have a sense of humor. So I reached out to you and we spoke about it. But apart from sharing about divorce on your page, you also talk about coming to a place of healing.
Yes.
And that's where I want us to, season 2 as we round up the episode.
Yeah.
How have you been? Because this is quite traumatic. This is quite traumatic. So you've spoken of how you left,
Yeah.
deciding. For anybody in that situation, you have to make that decision by yourself.
Yes.
That you are not stuck here. You are not a tree. It's only a tree that is stuck
cannot move.
that cannot move. You are a human being. You can move. As long as you are alive, you can move.
Yes.
So we have established that nobody is stuck anywhere. Okay. And I don't think I've heard any story as traumatic as this. I mean, it's wild what you've had to go through. How did you start to forgive? Because I feel like there's forgiveness that you had to give yourself.
Oh, yes.
How did you start to heal?
Oh, yes.
Forgive yourself
Yes.
and move on.
Yeah. So when I left, the first thing I did was I went to God. I had lost it all. So I said, God, it's me and you. I dropped everything at God's feet. God, you have to explain to me why.
I have to go through this twice.
Why? Is there something about me? So I had it with God. And God led me to his word. God's word healed my heart. God showed me that he rescued me. He was not punishing me. He showed me that there's a beautiful life on the back of all what I was going through. He showed me that marriage wasn't his will.
Couldn't have been.
It wasn't. It was just permissive to say, well, you've done it. Let's see.
The permissive will of God.
It was just his permissive will. I had made the decision. And he promised me that he won't leave me. The Bible in Isaiah says, God has made me. He will carry me. He will sustain me. He will help me. He will rescue me. And that's what God did for me. Through it, I didn't go to therapy until I was done with God. I didn't go to therapy and was God. And I will say this took I didn't go to therapy until after 6 months after I moved out. You see, the first half of last year, all it was me and God. And for every time I read my Bible, I found succor. I found solace. God showed me that what I've gone through, they're not wasted years. Because I was asking him, I said, as at 2025, I'd been trying marriage for 13 years. And I was saying, what's going on? And he told me, he said, they are not wasted years. I had read the book of 1st and 2nd Samuel. Look at the time from when David was anointed till when he became king. It was a long time.
Yeah.
And even when they had anointed him, see how Saul pursued him. When I was reading that book of the Bible, I could not understand why Saul was so after his life. And God told me, see, there are years of preparation. God doesn't waste our pain. And that was the beginning of my healing. We are so precious to God. Beyond marriage is here. There's no marriage in heaven. It's here. And it's intentional. Marriage is God's design. Because nothing changes you more than... That's the closest human relationship.
Yeah, true.
So that's the only thing that can build endurance in you, build character, change your person, change your heart. You are not only living with somebody, you are raising children with that person. So something stronger has connected the both of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So God showed me that they were preparation years. He showed me that I'm not alone. He assured me. He said that there's a beautiful life on the back of what I've gone through. God comforted me. I'm telling you, God comforted me. He held me up. Like, he literally, I wake up every morning and say, God, please wrap your arms around me. And I always felt his presence. He raised men to help me. I didn't struggle. It's not like I had put money together to say, this is the money I'll use to start my life again. But he raised people to help me. People were there for me. It felt like things I could not accomplish. Even in the 6 years I was there,
You've been able to do
I
it.
was able to do it. He provided for me. My children settled in. My children didn't, because that would have broken me. If my children were waking up every day crying about their father, I would have gone back. It would have broken me. But my children did not give me one issue. We have the conversation in faces. When they ask, I say. When they ask, I say. And God, that's what, even I had started Divorce and Thriving while I was married to him. Yeah. Because I'd been divorced before.
Okay. Yes, true.
Yeah. True. So, but I had not come into the fullness of that purpose. Then, when I made videos, I would say, I was divorced.
Now you're remarried.
Now I'm remarried. I had not come into the fullness of that purpose. But you see, it's clearer. The pain, it was for this time. It was for this season. And that's my purpose is simple. To comfort people with the comfort I have received from God. When people ask me, how did you do it? I don't know.
I don't even know how you could
I
have
don't
done
know.
it.
I've forgiven him.
Yeah, you say that a lot on your
Oh,
Instagram.
I've forgiven him. I'm not angry.
You're not angry.
I'm not angry. I'm not bitter towards him.
We're just saying off camera now that the tears are because it's overwhelming to speak about everything around. It's not from a place of hurt anymore.
No, not at all. I'm not devastated. I'm not heartbroken. I'm not heartbroken. Let me tell you, I believe in love. I believe in remarried. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Men are not scum. Men are not bad. It's not a gender issue. It's not.
It's just the person.
It's just the person.
Are you open to finding love again?
Yes, I will. I will.
You will?
I will. I will.
So finally, I think this is just going to be my second to the last question. The in-laws, are you guys still...
Never. So there was a big fight that happened before we left. And that was when even my best sister turned on me. And it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay, yeah. After I went back in August, his mom was so livid, was angry.
Like how you call your sister to come and pack your load. Yeah.
She was saying I packed my things. All the things I packed out, I should not pack it in. If my husband does not have chair, we should sit on the floor. If I should be, I'm doing like this, that I have money. So I got back and she was not speaking to me. And the people pleaser I used to be, I could not live with it. I wanted to resolve it. Let's go and see her. Let's sort it out. And he kept saying, no, it's not time. It's not this. It's not that. So one day she now called me that she wants to see me. So I went there. And I said, you won't go with me? He said, no. She said it's woman to woman. It's only the two of you. I feel like he set me up. So I went and she talked me down. She insulted me, insulted my parents, insulted my family, said my sister came to back. Tenito dele nilario. Your sister had the right. Her husband. Your mother is too forward. You people are too this. You people are. But when I was going there, I told the Holy Spirit, teach me, shut my mouth. Because usually she had thought it would be whenever we have issues and she calls me and she talks, I would say, Mommy, me ogba.
Okay, you two like
yes, and she liked it. We'll talk about it. Mommy Sonia could no me or accept. But this day she spoke and I kept quiet. And when she finished, I said, Emma Binuma,
Sure.
She was upset.
Like, you're not going back and forth with her.
Kiba Binu, for what? For Kiniko. I said, Olorun ma come Moshe. Okay, order Baba. And I left. And I got back home and I was angry. And I told him, I said, your mom called me, insulted my parents, and she likes to do it. She insulted my parents and I said, you have to handle it if you want this to work. And he said I should not worry. But he didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything.
And so I texted her. When I knew that, I texted her, I said, see, let me warn you, man.
Let me warn you, man.
This should be the last time.
You
will sit me down and insult my family.
Hmm.
If you have an issue with me, speak to me. But I'm not a bastard. Your children will too cannot take somebody insulting you to their face. I said, so don't try it again with me. I was quiet, but I will not be quiet again. And I don't want to disrespect you. And that was what everything just exploded.
And obviously, the sister was like, you sent that. Let's not go into that. So just to... Dola, first, thank you so much for coming to share your story. Thank you so much.
Thank God.
But I want you to leave, some words. I'm going to put up your Instagram handle, and I'm praying that, people watch, people that are going through this season can follow you. There's so much we can't see on this podcast because of time.
Yeah.
But I want you to leave, women that are in bad marriages and people that have just stepped out, people that are going through a divorce and cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. I just want you to leave them with, a word and advice.
There is hope. You cannot afford to live hopelessly. Your life is more precious to God than any relationship that you've gotten yourself entangled in. God loves you. He cherishes you. What you are going through is just a phase. It will pass. The season will roll over. Life is in seasons. And God, as Christians, God has not promised us a smooth run. It's a mixed bag. Everything we go through is to build endurance, to build patience, and to refine us. What you are going through is not the end. Don't be hopeless. Don't say don't think where will I start from. You know where to start from. Start with Jesus. Start with Jesus. I didn't start with therapy because I know that I needed Jesus first. Start with Jesus. Drop it at his feet. Surrender it. He hates people wonders. There's a book I read. It said that every tears that we cry, God bottles them up. So no pain is a waste. He sees what you've gone through or what you are going through. But see, he's right there. God meets us right in the middle of our pain. You may not have the words to pray. You may not have the things to say. But even the Bible says that even our heavy groans, our sighs, Jesus makes it up to God as prayers for us. He's interceding for us. Start with Jesus. But don't be stuck there. There's a beautiful life on the back of this episode. But you are in the driver's seat of your life. How your life eventually turns out is based off of the decision you make today. Start with God. It will get better. It's not easy, but I promise you, it gets better. It gets better. You have to forgive. There's no better with unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is like drinking poison. There's no better with unforgiveness. And that's why I say start with Jesus. Only Jesus can heal your heart. If you're waiting for an apology, forget it. If you're waiting if you're waiting for closure, forget it. Forgiveness is a commandment. It's not a plea. God will help us.
Amen. Thank you so much. I have a little gift for you just before we wrap up. It's a very little gift compared to the blessing that you have been to this episode, or brought on this episode today. Dola, I'm praying for restoration for you.
Amen.
I'm praying that it will continue to get easier.
Amen.
That I pray that I will have you back on this podcast. And this time you'll be sharing with me a beautiful story because
Amen.
I have to be the first person to hear it. I have to be. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you
for coming to Dear Sister. You don't have to open it now.
Thank you for
can
being
open-
so thoughtful.
Oh, no,
Thank
no,
you
no,
for
no.
being so thoughtful. This is the first time I'm coming openly to share, and I don't mind. I
You
posted-
really poured out yourself.
Yes.
More than what you pour out online.
Yes.
Because yesterday I literally went through your page and I was reading like, I want to know what to ask. I want that, but you have poured more than I could even think
I'm
of.
grateful. At the end of the day, it has to lead somebody, it has to give somebody hope. These are not stories. I have not sat here today to berate him or discredit him or discredit his family or make him look like a bad person. It is my story, and I will continue to share, to liberate.
Do you think they have issues with you sharing your story?
I don't know.
You don't care. Let's not even care.
They'll be fine.
We
You
don't
hold
care.
their brother.
We don't care. We don't care. Thank you so much. Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you so much for being here. It's
Thank
been
you very
such a wonderful pleasure. You brought me to tears today. And I'm very sure a lot of people. Thank you everybody for watching. It's been such an episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in
Thank
the
God.
next episode of Dear Sister.